Hi, everyone, to a very solemn and special Good Karma live for you today. Today we have a very knowledgeable, nice man that I virtually connected with, and he's taught me a lot historically. And in this very turbulent time, we are about to hear from an expert who actually did Indo-China relations. And right now, I guess I'm feeling so confused. And a lot of my patients are coming to me and saying, Dr. Ranjan, another thing, like, how much more can we take? Another thing is happening for us. Another thing is on our minds. What can we do to relieve it? And honestly, I didn't have an answer, because since I've moved from the States back, 2 saal ho gaya, wapas aaya, that I don't have an answer for this one. It hurt me, and it still hurts today. And this episode is not only dedicated to our armed personnel, but specifically to the ones we lost in Ladakh that day. And I like to put their faces up and show you them. Colonel Santosh Babu, Havke Palani, Kundan Oja, Mandeep Singh, Ankush Thakur, Satnam Singh, Gurbinder Singh, Gurtej Singh, Jai Kushor, Rajesh Oran, Bipul Roy, Ganesh Ram, Nandu Ram Soren, Kundan Kumar, Aman Singh, Deepak Kumar, Ganesh Hansda, Sunil Kumar, C.K. Pradhan, and Chandan Kumar. This is to all the armed personnel that help us day to day to achieve our freedoms so we can live happily, peacefully. We'll bring in the biggest one that I know to make sense of what's going on today. It's a very turbulent time, but General Gurmit Singh.
Thank you so much, and Jai Hind to you.
Jai Hind. Jai Hind. It was tough. It was tough. It was really tough. I'm so excited to have you, but I'm also mixed feelings, because it was so tough to say those names and put people associated with, we hear 20 martyrs. And I like to say it, okay, but I also say that, look, these guys were killed in action. They were killed protecting us. They had people to go home to. And it's unfair to discount that they were real breathing human beings that really were doing their duty. And I feel the loss, I guess. And I think a lot of us are feeling lost, and that we're hoping that maybe you can shine some light onto it with your.
Firstly, Dr. Ranjan, I am very touched. I'm touched as a soldier. And on behalf of entire Indian Army, I'd like to thank you that on this day, you've given the honor for me to be with you. And that too on a day when, you're right, there's a mixed feeling. On one side, You are sad that you lost the Braveheart. You lost part of your family. And on the other side, you feel proud. I feel supremely proud that we have the traditions of supreme sacrifice to ensure that our nation has peace. Peace has got to be at the dent of strength. And somebody has got to rise up and say, no, enough is enough. I will not permit anybody. Enough is enough, and I will not permit anybody to step on the sovereignty and territorial integrity of the nation. I think that is most important. In fact, the most charming aspect of being Indian is that we come from traditions of supreme sacrifice.
Right.
In fact, no other nation has got traditions of this nature. In fact, if you look at the history of India, the atrocities which the Mughals did, the excesses which the Britishers did, and in the whole saga of last 700 years, 800 years, we have so many heroes, icons who laid the path for us. If I look at my own religion, I find my 10th Guru, Guru Gobind Singh Ji, he sacrificed his father for the nation. He sacrificed his 4 sons for the nation. Where else in the world you can get an example where father and kids and the person himself, the Guru, has sacrificed. This tradition of sacrifice has been immense in India. In fact, I'm talking to you, and it's always pleasure talking to anybody from Bengal, because
it feels like I know you almost. So it's great to have you.
And
it's great. You are honorary Bengali. You are an honorary Bengali. Come on.
Absolutely. In fact, it's a great honor for me to talk to you, and through you, I can speak to entire Bengali community, entire Kolkata, entire nation, an entire community of the warriors of the moment, health warriors. So I would say that this saga of supreme sacrifice that I was talking about, in fact, I would like to, since we are talking about the subject of supreme sacrifice, in 1897, the date was 12th October, location was Hindu Kush area, and the place was Saragadi. There were 21 Indian soldiers. They were from Punjab, and all of them, for the professionalism and for the armed forces and the vow and the oath that taken, they had sacrificed their life. Something very rare, where last bullet, last man, 21 of them died. In fact, there are n number of sagas of this nature, and this brings me to night of 15th and 16th. The 20 brave soldiers, and which were led by their commanding officer, Colonel Santosh Babu, they laid the supreme sacrifice. For whom? Correctly what you said. They laid the supreme sacrifice for the nation, for the society, and for every citizen. In fact, if you look at the reverence which the entire nation is giving to them when the mortal remains have come into their native villages, you can fathom that what love the nation gives to us. In fact, to be very honest, before I go a step further, when I'm looking at you, when I read the name, your name, I miss out on A. I say Ranjan, you know.
Ranjan. Or yeah, in America, Ranjan, or it's all messed up. But here they say it properly, Ranjan. That's really nice that you know that.
And what I wanted to tell you was that my 3 icons which I've had for my own self, they come from the land of Bengal. My 3 icons which I really revere is Vivekanand, is Subhash Chandra Bose, and is Rabindranath Tagore. In fact, these are the 3 icons that I have for myself, you know. And I must tell you, when I was
I like Shaitan Singh. I mean, I've been reading
Beautiful.
about him more and more. I mean, wow, what a hero. And
What?
another one you posted today on your Twitter.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
But hi, yeah, so you like all those three guys from Bengal. Those are your
Absolutely.
heroes. Wow. So I wanted to ask you real quick about, you basically have been in every aspect of the military in very strategic, difficult to handle regions. Pakistan, border, Kashmir, right? You've been there. You've been in Ladakh. You've been everywhere. I can't even say you've been all over North Bengal. There's so many postings, I can't even get them all. But you've been in the key roles, as I mentioned here in your title, being relations experts for China and also for Pakistan, which are our biggest, if you say biggest threats, if I can say that word, but our biggest threats are that. So how was it dealing, like, can you give me some like experiential wisdom that, maybe to calm us down, I guess, because, the other day after all this, we're going through pandemic, mental health crisis, super cyclone, means one after another. And now we have this World War III trending. I mean, what is anybody to think? So can you shed some light on maybe diplomacy and, those 6 hours? I want to get into that details with you, but if you could just give an introduction on maybe what you did.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. In fact, I'm aware that I'm on the forum of good karmas. I think it is the karmas only which gives you a chance to learn in life. I'm a Sikh. Sikh in English means to learn. I've been very fortunate that Indian Army gives a excellent forum for you to learn and then to deliver on the ground. In fact, I have served for about 40 years in the Indian Army. And I've been very fortunate that last 28 years I've been focused on topic China. Went to China 7 times. Have been part of the expert group, joint working group, annual dialogue. I also had a chance to go to Taiwan, Taipei, to do a research on PLA and PRC. I took 2 years study leave from the army when I was a colonel and did a research on India-China border issue. But at the same time, I'm also conscious of the fact that our threat also comes from Pakistan. I have visited Pakistan twice as a serving Major General, and I've served in the Kashmir Valley for 10 years. In the top ranks, that is brigadier upward till lieutenant general levels, in the counter-terrorism. In fact, as an Indian Army officer, you are exposed. I'm an infantry officer, so I was more fortunate that I had chances to be in a number of counter-terrorism operations, having served in Manipur, Nagaland, in Sri Lanka, and other places, almost about 9-10 years of counter-terrorism. One feels very fortunate. In fact, like since I'm on the forum of good karma, and I'm talking to a doctor and dealing with the psychiatrist aspect of it,
I'm fortunate.
I must tell you,
I'm fortunate.
I must tell you, I must tell you that I think the best way to spend your life is be passionate about whatever you're doing. And I had the chance of being passionate in my professionalism and live the life absolutely intensely. In fact, there are many grades of how you look at life. For example, some people feel that my level is only happiness. But there are other people who say, I want to have thrill of life. Other people want to say that I want to have ecstasy and the bliss of life. So you got to choose your level. So I was fortunate that my organization gave me chance to be at the level of the center of gravity of national security. And in fact, if I summarize my perspective with China, we've had many differences with them, but then we are also conscious of the fact that we are two unbroken civilization of the world. We are also conscious that we are 2.7 billion of human beings out of the 7 billion human beings on the earth. And we are also conscious that we are 20% of GDP of the world. But unfortunately, what has happened on night of 15-16 has actually demolished my entire trust in China. Actually, the China has crossed what we say in India, the Lakshman Rekha. In fact, the treachery and the deceit which China and PLA has done, they have lost one thing very big. They have lost the trust of India. I think they will not be able to repair this trust for next 100, 200 years. There's no doubt in my mind. And actually, China or the PLA may not be aware of what